Imagine a city so grand its walls seem impenetrable, where a single love story could spark one of the most epic wars in human history. This is the story of the Trojan War, a tale of gods, men, and the timeless struggle for power, glory, and love. At the heart of this legend lies betrayal, a wooden horse, and the fall of a city that once seemed invincible. But let's start at the beginning. The war didn't begin with swords and spears, it began with a love that was never meant to be. Helen, the queen of Sparta, was already married to King Menelaus. But fate had other plans. Paris, the prince of Troy, was chosen by the gods to judge who among them was the fairest goddess. Aphrodite, the goddess of love, made him an offer no man could refuse. She promised him the love of the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen. Paris seized the chance, seducing Helen and spiriting her away to Troy. But this was no simple act of romance. It was an act of war. Across the Aegean Sea, Helen's husband, Menelaus, called upon the Greek kings to avenge his stolen honor. At the helm was Agamemnon, the most powerful king in Greece. With him came Achilles, the greatest warrior to ever live, and Odysseus, the cunning king of Ithaca. Together, they would launch 1,000 ships toward Troy. For 10 long years, the Greeks laid siege to Troy, but the city's towering walls held strong. The battlefield became a theater of gods and mortals alike, each playing their part in this deadly drama. But this war wasn't just fought by men. The gods themselves took sides, using humans like chess pieces in a divine game of power and revenge. Achilles, invincible on the battlefield but haunted by his own destiny, knew one truth: his glory was tied to death. A prophecy foretold that if he fought at Troy, he would die, but his name would live on forever. As the war raged on, Achilles and Hector, the pride of Troy, met in a fateful duel. Hector fought for his home, his family, his honor. Achilles fought for revenge, for the death of his beloved friend, Patroclus. Achilles emerged victorious, but his triumph was short-lived. Soon after, an arrow fired by Paris, guided by the gods, found its mark, striking Achilles in his only weak spot, his heel. Achilles, the greatest of the Greeks, fell. But the war continued, for Troy's fate was sealed. With Achilles gone, the Greeks knew they couldn't win by force alone. They needed a plan. Enter Odysseus, the man known for his wits. His cunning gave birth to the most famous trick in history, the Trojan Horse. The Trojans, thinking the Greeks had finally retreated, brought the horse into their city as a trophy. But as night fell, Greek soldiers hidden inside emerged, opening the gates for their comrades. Troy, the once great city, burned as the Greeks poured in. And so, after 10 years of bloodshed, love, betrayal, and divine intervention, the war ended. Troy was no more. But its story? Its legend? That would live on for millennia. The Trojan War may be myth, but it's a story as old as time itself. A story of love, loss, and the price of power. And as long as we tell it, the heroes and villains of Troy will never truly be forgotten. If you enjoyed this tale of the Trojan War, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more epic stories of ancient myth and history.